All right, hey guys, OFD checking here, and tonight I'm really excited to be bringing you another Timex from the Archive series. So if you guys watch the videos lately, I've been kind of really into Timex watches. I had the Nava Harbor on here first, thanks to Tech Writer for getting that one out from Instagram, and also I had I think it was MS1, the Todd Snyder reissue. Now that wasn't from the Archive series, but that was definitely a retro Todd Snyder design watch. Very cool watch, also from Tech Writer on Instagram. Thank you for sending those out. And in the process of holding on to and playing with those two watches, guys, of course, I got the bug for a Timex and I ordered myself the Navi Ocean because I just thought this one was really cool. It actually reminds me a whole lot of a watch that I had back when I was a kid. I went to I think it was like a drugstore just up the street from my house that carried Timex. And at the time, it was crazy because I actually owned my Seiko 7548, but even as a kid, I wanted a beater watch, and so I went up and I bought the Timex, and I had that thing for a number of years. I wish I still had it, but I don't. And it kind of resembled this. This watch is kind of unique on its own, but I remember the style of hands it had and stuff like that. And this watch reminded me a lot of it when I was on the Timex website. So this is the one I ordered. So I'll bring it up here and we can take a look at it, guys. Now, I will tell you right off, I immediately actually changed the strap on the watch when I got it. It came on this. Now, it's hard to tell, but this is like a super... I think this is a dark navy blue, but it's so dark blue you almost can't tell. You can tell the watch is blue. Look at the dial there, guys. It's a dark blue. Definitely has the blue bezel insert, but this is like so dark blue, I almost couldn't tell it was blue. It's this really thick weave. You know, nothing too exciting. Very retro style. It has the Timex logo there and stuff. But I actually wanted to get the blue camouflage strap for this watch, but the companies I was looking at the price point I wanted to spend were out, and I found this blue with the anchors, and I thought for something called the Nava Ocean, it'd be pretty cool. So anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get this watch going here. I had it actually pulled out so that we could have actually, I need to move that hand just a little bit more so you guys can see that date there at 3 o'clock. Had that so we could get the hands in a good position to check this watch out. So the Timex-NAVI Ocean, this is the blue. They make this in a few different variations. This one is reference number TW2R75800LG. And like I said, I think there's like a silver dial model or a gray dial model. One of them has like kind of this faded loom look painted on there as far as the numbers and stuff like that go. But very cool watches. Those were all out of stock actually, so I got the blue one. I'm actually a big Dodgers fan, so I went with this blue one. So these watches are 38 millimeters from side to side, not including the crown here. You're looking at 47 millimeters from lug tip to lug tip. You've got an 18 millimeter lug opening on these watches, very retro sized watch here. And then the thickness of this watch is at 12 millimeters, just slightly over 12.1. So bringing it up here so you guys can see, you can tell the case is pretty much all bead blasted on this watch all the way around, which gives it just this very, you know, kind of industrial militaristic look, which I think they were definitely going for in this watch. Another really good feature, get it here from the side, is this has this domed, semi-domed, I guess you'd call it, mineral crystal with this nice big bevel here on the edge going down to your bezel. Very nice looking setup. Very kind of field watch dial setup here with your Arabic numerals 1 through 12, and then your 24-hour chapter there on the inside. The whole idea of this watch was kind of going for this retro, you know, military look, and I think they achieved it really well. It reminds me a lot of like 1970s, 1980s military watches that Timex was making back then, and that was kind of the whole idea of this watch. So the bezel on these watches, there is no click. These are standard friction bidirectional bezels, which is pretty standard, you know, of the era. I mean, I think the one I don't remember ever having a clicking bezel on my Timex when I was a kid. It was kind of interesting. The MS1 from Todd Snyder, which is like a 30 millimeter water resistant watch I looked at last week, had the clicking bezel. These ones, which are 100 meter water resistance, don't, but it doesn't really bother me. It's really nice and stiff, and it actually locks in. I wore this watch to the gym this morning, able to time my workout no problem, and even, you know, using machines and stuff like that, I never moved the bezel or bumped it or anything like that. You can easily get a hold of the bezel on this watch. It has a real nice grip to it. Same bead blasted finish as the rest of the watch, and a nice blue aluminum insert, as you guys can see here on this bezel. Very nicely done. Standard push-pull crown with this 100 meters water resistance. You don't get, you know, a screw-down crown with that. You pull it out. One thing I will notice, you guys can see there, this crown doesn't wiggle at all. I mean, there's no movement really in it at all. It's really stiff, and you guys can see the big barrel down there holding that stem in there. So that's really nice to have. Good crown guards that cover up the entire crown here on this watch. You're not going to snag it or bump it on anything. Now, before anyone makes the comment, yeah, guys, I know it doesn't hit the indices. It's a quartz watch, but I've explained in the past that I've kind of had to get over that as far as these quartz watches go. I just think that if I was to worry about it on every single one that I got, I'd miss a whole lot of good watches. The funny thing is, it's really hit and miss. This is a $135 watch from Timex, and it doesn't hit the marks. I bought a $40 Expedition Scout at Target that nails it dead on, and it was like $45. So who knows, you know, but I've gotten over that, like I said, and I just really enjoy this watch. I wore it today out in the field, and it was just really a kick in the pants to take a look at it and stuff like that. And you can dress this thing up, dress it down. I have it on this strap. Right now, I think this blue looks really cool in here. We'll get a wrist shot here towards the end so you guys can see this on my 7-inch wrist. Talking real quick about the Loom, the only place you're going to find Loom on this watch is on the hands here, right up the middle. And guys, there's nothing special about the Loom, so much so that I'm not even going to give you guys a Loom shot. There's really nothing going on. If you like Loom, I would suggest looking at the NAVI Harbor, because that one actually has all the loomed indices on it and stuff, and it glows really good. And if you're not into the Loom, but you want it to glow at night, or you don't care about water resistance, look at the MS1 because it has the Indiglow feature. This does not have the Indiglow feature. You do get 100 meters water resistance, which is nice though. So you get the 3 o'clock date there. This is from a functioning Philippine-made quartz, which is a very standard quartz movement on all Timex watches nowadays. They pretty much standard go with these Philippines quartz movements, which isn't a big deal. Go ahead and let me get this open here so you guys can take a look here real quick at the case back. Very standard case back from Timex, you know, guys. I mean, the standard features you get. But again, stuff that I like to show you guys because I think it's neat that Timex does stuff consistently. So you get your water resistance 100 meters up there at the top. Timex.com here. One of my favorite features, they give you the cell number for the batteries here, and all stainless steel construction here. And also the small sticker here, as you guys can see, is the reference number. Timex down there at the bottom. So all right, guys, I'm going to pause it for a second, and we will get this watch on my 7-inch wrist. So there's the watch on my 7-inch wrist, guys. Thanks to those that have stuck around this long. This has gone a little bit longer than I wanted for this video, but thank you for sticking around and watching this, guys. There's the watch on my 7-inch wrist. And real quick, I will show you guys the packaging here. This is the way the Timex archive watches come. Very nice packaging compared to what you usually get in a Timex watch. This nice paperwork. Here you guys kind of get an explanation of what these are all about. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause that and read it. Check it out. And over here you get your instruction manual and your warranty card that come with this watch. So, another great watch from the Archive series in Timex. This is the NAVI Ocean. Alright guys, if you like the video, give me a thumbs up down there at the bottom. And if you've not subscribed to the OFD channel yet, please do. Please do. Thanks, guys.